Welcome back to Mosswick. After expanding our monastery last time, it's time to give some attention to the people outside of our city walls and give them some of the amenities that people in town are enjoying. Let's go. Alright, so last time in Mosswick we really expanded our monastery, and off camera I kind of added some details in here to our cloister to kind of make it look a little better, and I think it's looking pretty good. So there's still this big area here that is looking a little bare, so what I'm actually thinking is I'm going to move this barracks. I think that's actually what they call it. That's probably for military, but move this the dorms, that's less aggressive. Move these dorms over into this area, as well as make us another kitchen so that we can make a different kind of food for the monks, and then free this up for maybe a little more gardening. So we'll get into that. It's not there now, but I've also been getting this notification about lack of entertainment. And even though we've got 2 pubs downtown here, I'm wondering if that's not coming from either this little smaller farming community or this kind of mining and farming community out here. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off by building a little roadhouse here. I think getting a pub out here outside of town, or a tavern as they call them, outside of town here would be kind of sweet, right at this little crossroad, and give some of our working class people that live out in the country here a place to hang out and drink. So we'll start by doing that and see if that can't take care of that, and see how that goes. Okay, so we've got our foundation here for this little roadhouse. I think the other thing I was thinking about was getting a little market out here, a couple of stalls, because I think these people are probably traveling pretty far into town to get stuff. So I just wanted to put a few basic market stalls out here and give them a little something to have in terms of some food. So I have a feeling this is going to start complicating a lot of our chains, but that's how expansion works. So we'll start here. So we'll get a couple of these we'll get a couple of these markets up and get those built. And it says we have insufficient housing, so let's see if we can maybe... oh, that was the other thing I did off camera, is just get these roads a little curvier, as you guys have seen me do before. I just think it makes them look a lot more realistic than having them just kind of ignore the topography. So it actually looks like they're doing well enough that I can get rid of this. I'm going to leave a little bit of it just to be safe, because sometimes they will take their own lines. So I'm just going to leave that. They will take the straightest as the crow fly lines that they can. So it's to make sure that they're not doing it. They will stick to what is there, but I have also found that they will sometimes find their own way, kind of like the way water always finds its way through a crack. They will do the same thing. But I think you can kind of see the old road here. This straight line just went through, and I just think if you look at that, you can see that it actually follows the hill and just looks way more realistic. This actually might not be a bad spot for a little neighborhood. All right, and we'll get some people working on berries out here to supply our berry brewer. And let's see how we're doing. Is this totally full? Not quite. So that must not be the housing issue. Let's see how we're doing here. Sure. You are citizens and you're up here. So that means these probably need paved roads. This should be paved, but that's just not happening. Nor are, I guess they need paved roads first. Well, that's a whole different issue. So, while that's building, let's move some stuff around in our new monastery here. So I want to take these dorms and that's the monk dorms. I think that is emissary office. And that is also monk dorms. So we'll get this all over here to fill out some of this area, which I think will look a little fuller since we're kind of looking a little bare out here. Whoa. I think we can just do some other kind of nice looking gardening stuff in this area. And I think this whole area actually needs a few more details, even over where some of our new stuff is by the winery. If you look out here, like there could just be some more detailing like we did downtown out there. And this is our emissary office, which doesn't actually have to be attached, so maybe we just kind of put him I wonder if we want to actually start building some stuff off of this cloister so it doesn't look quite so kind of random. I'm going to actually keep building around the wall though. And leave a lot of that alone for the moment. I will admit that I think that's interesting that it snaps that. I think I've given myself a little too much space over here. I know I can build a much bigger thing. I'm planning on building, what is it called? The Abbatial Church. I think I might replace this church with that, so I don't want to take up too much of this space here. Oh, I'm not sure what we did to deserve that, but sweet. So actually, you know, I think as I'm saying that, I'm gonna bring this wall in a bit. I just think we've given ourselves a little too much space. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and check some new titles here. I guess they've already done it for us. I mean, Burgomaster's got to be, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, Burgomaster. That one, we'll go with that. So that's already feeling a little better in terms of this space. And then, whoop. We're just kind of adding for the sake of making this look a little more like a full building and not just kind of a thing that's sitting there. So let's go ahead and apply all of that, except for that wall didn't quite apply that as well. And apply that. There we go. And I guess we can probably move this gate back to match there. Go. All right, I think that's feeling better, except for this giant bush here. I wonder if we just do a little... Just walk a little bit to your right and see if that doesn't clear up. I know I just built all this, but now I kind of want to scoot it all over. I think it's fine for the moment. We will... Oh, I definitely built a different kind of wall over here. That was fine too, though. Just straighten this out. Might have to wait for this one to be finished before we can adjust that, so we'll come back to that. In the meantime, I'm gonna do a little detailing around this area, and then we'll go check on our roadhouse. That's a little better. We've used all of our stone, which is great. I think this starts to feel a little more like kind of a big intentional courtyard instead of just a bunch of empty space. So again, we'll let this kind of build out. It's going to take a minute with the resources, and let's check in on the roadhouse. All right, so we are complete here. I think we need to... What are we missing here? So we need to hire an innkeeper. And we can only house one person because that's how small it is. Well, we'll start there. And then let's also hire... We got some berries going. And I'm sure there's farming out here, but without a butcher all the way out here, that's going to be a real pain for everyone. How are we doing on berries? Not great. There's berries everywhere. Why aren't you gathering berries? There are 2 wells much closer than that, but that's okay. Sure, it'll get up and going. Let's see, how are we doing on... Not great on fish. We're doing okay on bread. Maybe we'll try and give them some bread all the way out here. I feel like that might backfire, but only one way to find out. Well, it looks like this is still not quite all the way done. So that's marble. We are getting a little tight on stone. Let's see if there is some stone out here, just some basic. Oh, right there. Actually, this doesn't really need to be all the way out here now that I think about it. But that's okay. The more that trickles in, the better. We just got some stone in. I think we're buying stone, so that's fine. And then let's also just get some tables and basic decorations out here to kind of match what we have in our downtown taverns. Having a nice little outdoor seating area, I think, is pretty great. We can actually switch these up now that we know how to do that. Get that going, and to start in, we could probably go a little taller without it looking weird. Just a little bit. See if does that give us 2 people? There we go. We can get 2 visitors here. It's better than nothing. And let's also get some trees going. This is a perfect place for a road sign. Really have a hard time staying away from these cypresses. I think there's a bigger one though, right? I thought there was a bigger one. Either way, these just look too good lined up here. Although maybe a little too fancy for out here in the country. Let's just give them some, we'll give them some regular trees. And I think this is complete now, looking like it. Or not quite. Oh, I guess we're still building the back there. There we got some berries coming in. People are getting some bread. Housing is still insufficient, but it can't be out here. Also not sure what this event, if anybody knows what the events that are making these people that unhappy with. We are missing services, I saw, so it's probably time for a rural church as well. So if we got this little town, we're really starting to develop a nice little town out here. Put a little roadside church over here. Is that the big? I like to kind of avoid using any more stone. All right. This looks like it's functioning pretty well. We We are still construction, not, oh, we're still building those guys, okay. And berries are, all right, let's get ourselves another berry person. Thought I'd seen some new people coming to town, but I probably missed it. I think we're already short on meat, so let's. I'm sure there's plenty of hunting right here. How many people do we have? Only one. Okay, that's not great. But we will get a hunter's lodge out here. And we keep getting housing insufficient, so let's. I don't really want to live here. See if they're interested in living here anymore. I did expand this a little bit last time, but that didn't seem to do a ton. Our little fishing village seems to be, I think, doing okay. I wonder if that's who wants housing. Let's try some of this, and we will block them off still that way so that they don't walk up that rock wall. Oh, there's people. We need you. Oh, and we've lost our brewer. So we'll replace that guy. And then add one more stone cutter. And what part of construction? Oh, of course. The brewer needs a chimney. Berry brewer. Church is coming along. You can really see how towns and cities, suburbs really develop naturally in real life. We're starting to build, a few things out here just to get more space, and then you realize that they need more resources, and now, we're going to put in like a butcher just for out here. Probably seems like the thing to do, and next thing you know, now you need housing for the butcher and for these people, and suddenly you've got a whole other town out here. So it's a pretty organic process that this game captures really well. All right, and welcome to town. While that's happening, let's check in on our monastery, and that's starting to look better. We'll have you guys. Let's see, what do you guys want to make? Wheat and honey. Try that. We may need some more. Oh, the door does not look like it got built here. Can we get a few more people in? We can. Alright, and then now I think we can adjust this to snap to our new building here. Although it seems to be snapping at a strange... maybe it's snapping to this guy. Sure was. There we go. All right, I think that's starting to look better. bit. And fill in bushes. You see we got a much more natural path system working here, kind of really creating more of a courtyard. Could probably fill this in a little too with some of these guys. And maybe another tree. There, now our cloister looks a little more in place where it's supposed to be, not just so kind of sitting there in the corner. We will need someone to work there, but I think we've got 4 cooks working there. We probably don't need... Let's at least get 1 out, so we can get that going. And let's see, we're doing pretty good on vegetables. Herbs are okay. And grapes and wine are barely hanging on. Those vineyards sure are something. I wonder if we tuck our vegetable garden around here a little bit. Let's try that, since this space is there anyway. And then maybe we can get a second little vineyard patch in there to boost that a bit. That is not giving me as much space as I thought it might. So what we'll do then is let's get rid of that. We'll expand this vineyard out this way and then tuck another little guy in front there. So we will get rid of that. And draw this out a bit. And then let's see how much space we can get. So let's call that adequately sized, but I have to move our where is he? Somewhere there is a forester. Is he in there? There he is. So we will... He's not really even working back there either anyway, and neither are the people cutting trees down. So I think we're okay on that. And now we should be able to paint our crop. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then we can get ourselves another winery in here. Or another vineyard, sorry. And let's expand our walls here. Make sure we're covering all that. And let's also get these trees out of the way. And I think we need to wait until that's completed to build our new vineyard, because our winery looks like, yeah, he's struggling for grapes here. But I think that's looking a little better, a little more functional. So now let's go back to the Roadhouse. All right, back here at the Roadhouse, our church is up, so we'll give them a priest. We've got some new people we just in time got. We'll get a hunter going and a butcher. And I think instead of bread, we will switch this to meat once our butcher is going. That way these people can be a little more self-sustained on berries and meat. This looks like everything is running fine. Oh, what we don't have is a service counter to sell any of this. So let's make sure we get that in. I guess we can tuck that underneath here. Exactly where I had in mind. There we go. Let's slide that out a little bit. And let's give a little decoration out here just to separate our little market from our mining operation here. We have stone right in front of my face that's all right. This can be a bit of a little, this can be our kind of our new industrial area here. And then let's see if we add housing here, if it takes at all. Apparently it will. Look at that. All right. We'll bring some new citizens in. Oh, I wonder if we can paint our crop field now. Our monastery is going. Our roadhouse in new suburb is starting to get going. So I think we'll call it there for today. But I think this has been a nice expansion, kind of moving out into the countryside. We got a lot of space out here for new stuff, new farms and new towns, and Yeah, plenty of stuff. Let's see, what do we have over here? More stone and quartz. Great. So yeah, we're going to continue expanding Mosswick out into the countryside, and maybe start seeing what we can do to help downtown feel even more like our city center here. So maybe some bigger walls and stuff like that. But we'll check that out next time. In the meantime, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time in Mosswick.